Welcome back to the home of all things ballroom dance. If you're new to my channel, I'm Sunny. I am a professional ballroom dancer with over 40 years experience in this industry, competing all the way from the newcomer amateur through open pro championship level. And I've owned the largest ballroom dance studio in the United States, longtime teacher. And I'm here today to share with you some of the hot tea that goes on behind the scenes in the ballroom dance world. I'm broadcasting to you from the northwest coast of the United States. And so I'm going to share stories today I have seen in my area that I have personally talked to the students about. So I know that these are facts and not just rumor. I have heard a couple other rumors in town, but since I do not know those students myself, I don't want to share secondhand stuff here today, okay? These are just real personal stories I have seen. And if this has happened in your area of the country or the world, I would love to hear about it. I don't know if this is just a my area problem or maybe this is a larger problem in our industry. I suspect it could be tip of the iceberg because I personally have seen it 3 times. And I'm not in a super population, high density area. So super curious about your stories as well. Or hey, if you just comment below with, yeah, I've seen that. I'm so interested. Okay, so story number 2. There was a pro who moved to town, who I was warned about by other pros who have worked with this person in other multiple cities across the United States. And they said, whoa, proceed with caution. He has skipped town and left with students money and leaving studios with massive unpaid floor fees where he pretends he forgets his checkbook for 5 months and then he just skips town overnight. Well, guess what? No surprise here. Same thing happened in my town. So this person is actually a very accomplished dancer. I think he's an excellent teacher, but yeah, this happened. Okay, so he moves to town. He immediately gets a very successful big clientele because, as I said, he's an accomplished dancer, an amazing teacher. Props to him for being a good teacher. And skipped around to a number of different studios, left each one in a giant tiff like, well, they're horrible because blah, 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 blah. And I got news for you. If everyone you've ever worked with is horrible, I only see one common denominator here, which is that teacher. Anyway, so he cons, I don't know how many students, I only talked to one, but dropping huge dollars into renting a studio for him. And consistent with his other actions in other towns, he skipped town in the middle of the night, no word to anyone, and then apparently on his way out, in the next town he went to, talked all sorts of smack about living here and it's a horrible market and blah, 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 blah. I got news for you. For the amount of people that live here, huge opportunity for ballroom dance teachers, or at least there was at that time. Obviously, COVID has changed some things, but no, he was just a shyster and made a lot of enemies along the way. And you can only bite students in the butt so many times, and they are going to go to other pros, or even more sad, just quit dancing, which I did see. Very sad. And this person actually purchased a studio for him because her own daughter was an avid student of his. And then as soon as she dumped all this money into that for him, he suddenly changed the way he treated the family and was no longer kissing their keisters. As a matter of fact, he was a complete jerk. And so the daughter quit dancing. And now this poor family is stuck with these huge bills and they can't escape. And then to boot, this loser skips town and leaves her with all these expenses and her name on the lease. So crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah, actually, I have several stories about students who have invested in their teacher's new ballroom dance studio. I've only seen one success story. And the rest have ended in complete car crashes. I might share that in another video if you're interested in hearing those stories. But yeah, students are not the only ones that get thrown under the bus by grifters. Often the studio owners get thrown under the bus too and left, basically paying off this person's debts. So if someone new moves to town, hey, you might do a little R&D before jumping on that bandwagon. Or at a minimum, don't prepay for anything. Or if you're a studio owner and a new teacher comes to town, I don't care what your policy is with your long-term teachers. You have them prepay their floor fees. Unless you can get some positive references from other studios who this person has worked with elsewhere, okay? I do see many people make decisions on short-term greed or, just thinking everything's the best, hoping everything's the best, idealizing because it's a good teacher. And guys, I have some bad news for you. Ballroom dance teachers are never just a good dancer. If they're a good teacher, they are charismatic. Some of them are extraordinarily intelligent and charismatic and black heart on the inside, okay? And I've seen this manifest itself a number of different ways. I am painting with a broad brush here. Obviously, most professional dancers are kind, ethical, and to boot, being properly trained dancers who aren't going to steal from you. But you know what? Anytime a pro tries to have you prepay for anything or not pay their floor fees, but, with these promises of, they're going to do this in the future, they're short this month. The one I would get all the time was, I forgot my checkbook. Like, really? Do you go to the grocery store for 3 months in a row and forget your checkbook? That's stealing. I'm not stupid. So anyway, be forewarned, okay? And I've got one more crazy story for you, again, my personal experience. And in this case, I know many of this person's students, who ran off with people's money in the dark of the night. It's crazy to me. Now, I'm not trying to scare you off. Dancing is fabulous. It's joyful. Again, the vast majority of teachers are incredible in every way. But you know what? Just carpe, what is that? Caveat emptor. So just protect yourself and proceed with caution going in, and just knowing that sometimes there are con artists out there. Okay, guys, I look forward to seeing you in the morning. I'm going to share my final story on this in another video. I'm going to wait a while because I know you guys kind of seem to enjoy when I mix it up a little bit. However, if this is something you've ever seen, hey, comment below. If you think that my little tiny region of the world is just crazy and this doesn't happen anywhere else, you know what? Share that too, guys. I never delete comments. I enjoy hearing everyone's diverse stories, and I know it really helps our other channel members here too, because we're all in the same boat. We love ballroom dancing. We don't want to get thrown under a bus. We want our money to go to the max to get us to be the best dancers we can be, and have a really joyful, positive experience, which fortunately most of us do. But you know what? If you haven't, just take heart. You are not alone. Okay, guys? So if you enjoy all things ballroom dance, hit that subscribe button. Apparently, you know, I'm not a social media influencer. Apparently, if you want to not forget to see my videos each day and to get a little notification of that day's topic, apparently there's like a all notifications button, and then further there's like enable YouTube alerts, notifications, something, if you do want to a little fresh reminder each day of, oh, this is what Sunny's sharing today. So anyway, guys, have a fabulous day. I cannot wait to see you tomorrow. Happy dancing.